Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be known as one of the greatest minds of all time? To have your brain kept in a museum for decades after you're gone? Well, Albert Einstein experienced just that. Today, let's delve into the life and accomplishments of one of history's most celebrated geniuses. Einstein was born in 1879 in Ulm, a city located between Stuttgart and Munich. Though he would later be known for his incredible intellect, Einstein's parents were worried about his learning abilities when he was young. In fact, until the age of 5, Einstein couldn't construct full sentences, and it took him a while before he started speaking coherently. However, he was always fascinated with the world and how things worked. At age 5, something big happened to him. His father gave him a compass to play with, and he got extremely interested in it. He was especially struck by how the needle always pointed to the Earth's magnetic north. Later in life, Einstein wrote that his fascination with the compass made him wonder if there might be invisible forces at play in the world. This moment was an especially important one in his choice of career. By the age of 15, Einstein had already mastered differential and integral calculus, which has something to do with the calculation of lengths, areas, volumes, and speeds. The teenage boy began to show his genius in some areas of knowledge, but he would struggle in other areas, such as language studies. He wasn't all that fond of school and was often depicted as having a strong and not so easy-going personality. One teacher, tired of Einstein's tantrums, even said that the kid would never amount to anything. However, his inability to fit in at school made Einstein drop out at the age of 15. Einstein's next steps were in Switzerland, where he applied to the prestigious Swiss Federal Institute of Technology. He tried to get in 2 different times, failing his admission exam the first time. He did well in the math and physics section of the entrance exam, but is said to have done horribly in language, zoology, and botany. Another problem was that the exam was in French. He continued his high school studies, and it was his staggering school grades that got him into the institute. After all, he enrolled in a 4-year teaching program in maths and physics. These years proved to be formative in Einstein's career and genius. That's where he met his wife, Mileva Merrick, the only female student in his physics class. By 1900, Einstein graduated and earned his diploma in both subjects. To Einstein, the ability to explain complicated subjects in a simple way was the basis of teaching. That's why he tried to become a teacher early on in his career. After graduating, he applied to several academic positions to teach math and physics, but he wasn't hired. Later on, after 2 years of searching, he settled for a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. At first, Einstein wasn't really happy with the offer he got, but he would spend the next 7 years of his life in this position. It turned out that this job was a gift in disguise. He would spend his mornings and afternoons investigating patent applications and judging whether or not they were actual inventions. But in the evenings, he had time to think. The job wasn't too intellectually demanding, and this allowed Einstein to dedicate his free time to what he loved, researching physics. And that's when things started to change for the world's most famous genius. So what happened next? Well, Einstein continued to develop his ideas on relativity and published a paper on special relativity later that same year, in 1905. The paper presented the now famous equation E equals mc squared, which showed that mass and energy are interchangeable. This idea had profound implications for physics and would eventually lead to the development of nuclear energy. Einstein's work on relativity continued over the next decade, and in 1915 he published his theory of general relativity. This theory built on the ideas of special relativity and proposed that gravity is not a force that pulls objects together, but rather a result of the curvature of space and time by massive objects. Einstein's work on relativity earned him worldwide fame and numerous awards, including the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. But Einstein was not content to rest on his laurels. He continued to work on physics throughout his life, tackling some of the most challenging problems in the field, such as the nature of light and the unification of fundamental forces. In addition to his work in physics, Einstein was also a passionate advocate for peace and social justice. He spoke out against war, racism, and inequality and was vocal, a supporter of Zionism and the creation of a Jewish homeland. He was also an accomplished musician and played the violin throughout his life. Albert Einstein passed away in 1955 at the age of 76. But his legacy lives on. His work on relativity revolutionized our understanding of the universe and paved the way for many advances in modern physics. His ideas continue to inspire scientists and thinkers around the world, and advocacy for peace and justice serves as a model for all of us to follow. And that's the story of Albert Einstein, one of the most brilliant minds of all time. From his humble beginnings in Ulm, Germany, to his groundbreaking discoveries in physics, Einstein's legacy continues to inspire generations of scientists and thinkers. Although he faced challenges in his early years, Einstein never lost his curiosity and fascination with the world around him. His ability to think outside the box and question established ideas led him to develop revolutionary theories, and including the famous equation E=mc². Einstein's legacy lives on not only in scientific contributions but also in his words of wisdom. As he once said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing." So let us all embrace our curiosity and continue to question and explore the mysteries of the universe, just like Albert Einstein did.